Hey, it's Chris. Today I'm going to show you how to discover tons of new apps and accessories for not just your iPhone, actually, but for all your favorite Apple devices. It's really simple. Are you ready? Are you sure? Okay. All you got to do is go to applehype.com. That's it. You don't even need me for the rest of the video, but actually keep watching because there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Look, it's like I could sit here and do another video with a bunch of apps and accessories for you guys and you would love it, right? But here's my question. Would you rather have a fish or a fishing pole? It's that age-old, what? You would rather have the fish? Well, too bad, because you're getting the fishing pole. So Apple Hype is a side project that I've been working on for a little bit, and I designed it to do exactly one thing and do it really well. And that one thing is to help Apple users discover exactly one amazing new app every day and exactly one ingenious Apple accessory every day and one Apple news headline, the most important one every day. So 3 simple things every day. One thing I can tell you is that there's going to be all kinds of different recommendations made, even though there's only 3 things featured every day. Whether you have an iPhone or an iPad or a Mac or an Apple Watch, or whatever your Apple devices are, they're all going to be well represented on Apple Hype. If you wanted to describe Apple Hype as a simple site with 3 sentences / links on it every day, you wouldn't be wrong. The whole idea here is to deliver as much value for Apple users as possible every day in as little time as possible. So all substance, no fluff. Literally, you'll be able to scan the whole contents of the site every day in 15 seconds or less. But there is a catch, even though it's a fun one. So kind of like Instagram stories, which disappear every 24 hours, the 3 recommendations featured on the homepage are gonna disappear every 24 hours, Monday through Friday. So if you miss a day, it's gone forever. It's temporary. So just a side note, in the future, there is going to be a way for people to access the full archive of all the recommendations. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to look like at the moment, but it's coming sometime in the future. But until then, you're going to want to check back every day. Now look, Apple Hype might sound and look really simple to you, and it is. That's kind of the whole point. But if you think about it, after a month, you're going to end up getting access to 60 different hand-picked accessories and apps and headlines that are all really important, can't miss things, which actually is quite a bit. It's just the delivery mechanism that's pretty simple. So, Chris, why did you build this? Well, look, I can tell by the stats on my videos here on this channel that people go absolutely nuts. They go crazy for discovering really great new apps and accessories for all their Apple stuff. So, on the one hand, there's this huge pent-up demand. Unfortunately, on the other hand, it hasn't been easy at all for the average person to sort through every video and every article and every press release and every tweet to actually find the stuff that's worthwhile. That would be a full-time job. And actually, it is my full-time job. And here I have a way now to share all the cool stuff that I'm finding with you guys. So long story short, I built Apple Hype to be the Apple filter, or your Apple filter. It's just a way for you to keep your finger on the pulse of everything that's important and happening in the Apple ecosystem without having to do any of the heavy lifting. So it's useful, and it's gonna save you time, and it may just turn into your new daily addiction. If so, sorry about that, but hey, at least it's not gonna take up much time. So again, you can check it out at applehype.com, and yes, if you stick with it, you're gonna find tons and tons of amazing and ingenious and truly great and important apps and accessories and headlines. It's just a matter of time. But moving on, I do wanna mention a few maybe non-obvious things about Apple Hype. So, kind of like behind the scenes thinking that went into building this really simple but useful product. I think it's interesting to note that this is not the kind of service that anybody would be building today. It's very unique, and I think that's part of what makes it so good, potentially. I mean, most sites today are focused on producing as much content as possible in order to juice the search engine rankings. That's the way that they're going to attract attention from search engines, is by just producing longer and more and more and longer content. So think of something like The Wirecutter or its sister website, The Suite Setup. Both are great sites with a lot of useful info, but that's the key word there, a lot. It's comprehensive, yes, but it's also overwhelming at the same time. Apple Hype is actually the exact opposite, because I'm a YouTuber. And if I come up with something, I can tell people about it. I'm not dependent on the search engines and writing 2,000 or 3,000 word articles several times per day or week to try to get people's attention. So I knew people wanted recommendations for these things, and I knew that I was giving them to them in videos from time to time. But I thought, what's a daily way to share just the cool stuff that I run into that may or may not make it into a video, by the way, that I know people would really appreciate. And as I was thinking about it, I was thinking, why do I need to write thousands and thousands of words when literally one sentence will do? And that's how Apple Hype was born. So unlike other sites, which I like and visit, that cover Apple all the time, on Apple Hype, you're not gonna find several things. You're not gonna find annoying banner ads all over the place that might slow your page load times down, or crazy over-the-top graphics. There's not a single picture on the site at all. You're also not gonna find fluff or filler content, because I'm not trying to keep you on the site as long as possible. I'm actually trying to get you on and off, send you on your way with some useful stuff as fast as possible. You're also not gonna find any clickbait headlines on Apple Hype, and I think this is just gonna be a refuge for people from all of that stuff. So I've mentioned the apps and the accessories, but I do wanna mention why I include one news item on the site every day. The thing is, I'm an Apple fan just like you guys, and when I'm going through the news every day, there's just hundreds and hundreds of stories that I'm having to sift through, and oftentimes there's a lot of duplicates in my news feed because, 30 different sites cover the same thing, and it's just creating a lot of clutter. So I wanted to, this is something I wish that I would have had as an Apple fan, I wanted to create a way where people could just see the one thing that was really important that day. And by the way, by forcing myself to only show one app and one accessory and one headline, it's weeding out other stuff that might be pretty good or pretty interesting, but it's not the best thing of the day that I want to share. So even though this is a brand new thing, I'm already getting some feedback coming in, and I'm pretty happy with it because I think people already are starting to like it. Here's what Harrison said by email. I think your new website, Apple Hype, was well needed in the community. Every day, I seem to be stuck in 20-minute videos, ruining my productivity. But with this, it is a quick glance, and if I have more time on my hands, I can tap the link to trusted sites. Yes, thank you. People can wrap their head around the beauty and simplicity of this in an instant. And I really hope that you guys get a lot out of this and that it helps you throughout your day and saves you some time, but yet points you to things that are of interest. So I would love to hear your feedback. Leave me your comments down below. If you have any ideas on ways that I can improve this without cluttering it up, then let me know. Of course, if you listen to our podcast, the Dailytekk After Party, then I already mentioned this secret project that I was working on. And yes, this is that project, by the way. But it's a good idea if you are really into Apple or Dailytekk to check out our podcast. I'll link it up down below because we talk about all kinds of stuff, not just the latest Apple news, but stuff like this too, and the kind of the behind the scenes stuff as community stuff. You would like it, so check it out. Otherwise, don't forget to check us out on Twitter and Instagram. We're at Dailytekk, spelled Daily Tekk, in both of those places, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.